I came back from work one evening and the first thing I noticed was a strange car parked in my driveway. At first, I thought maybe I was seeing things. Who, in their right mind, would just pull up and leave their car in someone else's driveway? I sat there in my truck for a moment, stunned. The car wasn't broken down. It wasn't abandoned. It was parked, clean like the driver thought they belonged there. Still confused, I pulled up to the curb in front of my house and killed the engine. I stepped out slowly, walking past the car like maybe I'd find some note on the windshield explaining it all. Nothing, just a shiny little sedan sitting bold as day on my property. So I did what anyone would do. I went to ask the neighbors. Maybe someone had a guest who parked in the wrong spot by mistake. But when I knocked and asked, one of them leaned closer and told me words that made my blood boil. That's Karen's car. Karen, the overbearing, entitled, self-proclaimed queen of the HOA. The same woman who had fined me for leaving my trash cans out overnight. Who wrote me up for painting my shutters a shade of brown she didn't like. Who sent me notices about unsanctioned lawn ornaments when I put a bird bath in my yard. I'd ignored every notice, never paid a dime, and now she was parking in my driveway. Before we continue, take a moment to hit that like button, subscribe, and tell us in the comments where you're watching from. We'd love to see how far our stories travel. I marched over to Karen's house, not even trying to hide the anger in my steps. I knocked hard. She opened the door slowly, with that smug little smile like she'd been expecting me. Yes, she asked, dripping with fake sweetness. I pointed toward the car. Is that yours? She didn't even answer properly. Just a smug little M paired with a raised eyebrow that said, and what are you going to do about it? Move it now, I said firmly. Her smile widened. My driveway is full. I have a guest over. Where else was I? Suppose a park? For a second, I thought she might actually try to reason with me, but then she crossed her arms and said, besides, that driveway isn't really yours. It's a community road. HOA. Jurisdiction. You don't own it. I actually laughed because the audacity was beyond belief. Karen, get out of there by noon tomorrow. Noon. Or it won't be pretty. Then I turned and walked away. I could feel her fury burning into my back. But later that evening, the car was gone. For a brief moment, I thought maybe I'd won. I should have known better. The next day, I pulled up after work and froze in my tracks. My driveway wasn't a driveway anymore. It was a trap, sharp steel, spikes, the kind police used to stop. High-speed chases were bolted right into the gravel. The evening sun made them glint like teeth waiting to shred my tires. I stormed to the mailbox, and sure enough, Karen had stuffed it full of official-looking notices. Unauthorized use of public property. According to her, my private driveway had been reclassified as community access. She was rewriting reality, and she thought paperwork would back her up. But I wasn't stupid. I took photos. I took videos. I documented every bolt and every notice. Then I called my lawyer, Matt. When I showed him the evidence, he just shook his head and laughed. She's in over her head. This isn't just HOA nonsense. This is vandalism, property damage, and reckless endangerment. We'll make her regret it. That evening, Karen got a very official letter delivered to her door, the kind of letter that carried real weight. By the next day, I came home to the sight of Karen in my driveway, red-faced, struggling with a crowbar as she ripped the spikes out of the ground. She wouldn't even look at me, muttering curses under her breath. I almost pied her. Almost. But Karen wasn't done. People like her don't know when to stop. A few days later, I walked outside to find my truck gone. Panic hit me hard. I pulled up the security camera feed, and there it was. Karen standing, smugly beside a tow truck in the middle of the night as they hauled my vehicle away. That was it. She crossed the line from nuisance into crime. I called. The sheriff showed him the footage, and within the hour a deputy was at my house. We tracked the truck to an impound lot, and when the tow operator saw the footage, his face went pale. "Take it, no charge," he said, fumbling with the keys. He didn't want to be tied to Karen's stunt for a second longer. With my truck back, the deputy and I drove straight to Karen's house. She opened the door with her usual smirk until I hit play on the video. Her standing there, arms folded like a queen, while my truck was dragged off, her face drained of color. "Karen," the deputy said flatly, "you're under arrest for vehicle theft." She protested, ranted about HOA, bylaws, claimed she had the authority, but it didn't matter. The cuffs clicked shut, and neighbors came pouring out of their homes, phones out, recording every second as the queen of the HOA was marched off to a squad car in disgrace. Within a week, she was stripped of her HOA position, banned from handling community matters, and facing serious charges. The same people who once tolerated her tyranny now whispered and laughed behind her back. And me, I got my driveway back. No spikes, no stolen truck, just peace and quiet. I sat on my porch with a beer watching the sunset, finally free of her games. Karen wanted control. She ended up in handcuffs. The end. Please like and subscribe and hit that share button so more people can hear this amazing